Good morning everybody and welcome back to Visit FYLDE Coast. We're going to take a walk around Fleetwood Town Centre today. We're going to go and take a walk along Lord Street. So we're at the market end, so that's the library, the red brick building that we're looking at down there. And this is the market at this end of the town, in that building there. And just down there is the dock and the seafront, well the riverfront. So we're going to take a walk along Lord Street and we're going to start down here, and this is St Peter's Church, which is a lovely building, and there's actually a funny story that goes with St Peter's Church of the day when we came to Fleetwood on a tram back in the day when the only trams were the heritage ones. And I can remember distinctively sitting on those benches there feeling so travel sick. Oh dear, I can laugh now, but believe me, it wasn't funny at the time. So Lord Street runs parallel to the river estuary, to the seafront, which is on our left that way. And when we get just past the church, I'll show you the other side of the seafront, which is of course the Mount. And I think we might be looking down the wrong street here to actually be able to see the Mount, but we'll certainly see it a little, yes we are, we'll certainly see it a little bit further up. So the tramway, as you can see, shares the main street, and I'm sure by the time we get to the end of doing this, we'll have seen a tram. So the Mount is over the other side of those buildings, but you will see that in a minute when we get a little bit further down the street. And it's full of sort of old heritage buildings and new buildings that are used for modern day purposes. So the next church that we're coming up to on the left is St Mary's Roman Catholic Church, and this opens on heritage weekends. Look at that old shop sign underneath there. Goodness me, that's old, isn't it? I'm not sure which one it is. Maybe if you know the history of Fleetwood and you're really familiar with the place, you might be able to tell us in comments. So we've got the two churches, loads of different old buildings, and a couple of very old heritage pubs as well. So there's the Bug here, and then there's some more on the other side as we get a little bit further down the main street. And did you know as well that Fisherman's Friend's first shop was located on Fleetwood High Street? So they'd started making the Linctus in 1865 as a liquid, which is not really practical when you're on a fishing boat being tossed about on the high seas. So eventually they worked out how to put it into a lozenge. This is one of those lovely old-fashioned ironmonger shops. It's a really nice shop, that. You can get just about anything you want in there. There you go, look, it's got that ironmonger smell. Yeah, so they opened their first shop, which is just a little bit further up on the left, on the corner of Lord Street and Preston Street, on the right hand side of Iceland. So we'll see that in a minute. So this is the main tram stop, and you catch your tram here or at the other end of the town centre at Fisherman's Walk. And I think we might see the Mount down this next right side street. And this is the famous Store 21, which used to be Marks and Spencer's back in the day, and then it was a Littlewoods second shop, I think if I remember rightly. And the Mount is just at the end of there. And that, at that end, is the Health and Wellbeing Clinic. and that backs onto the River Wyre estuary as well. So when you're inside that building, you've got a fabulous view straight down there. And at the end of that road there, you can see in the distance, I'm trying to show you without standing in the middle of the road and getting knocked down. You can see a pointed stone roof just at the side of that highways van. And that is the gatehouse at the back of the mount. So you can see that if you just carry on driving, if you're in a car and you get lost, just carry on driving, and eventually you'll come to the you'll come to where you want to be. And this Turkish barber's on the left at the side of Iceland is the very shop where Fisherman's friend was originally. Interesting. I wonder what the original James Lofthouse would have thought if he'd have known that all these years later it would be a Turkish barber's. Never have dreamed of it, would he? So here's another pub on your left, the King's Arms. All kinds of different shops. It's the type of place where you can pretty much get kind of what you need when you live here. I'm trying to skirt around people and traffic. I'm stuck. And when we pass Betfred on the left, you'll be able to see through the gap that there's a big Asda supermarket in town, and that was built quite some time ago. But I can remember we've been coming to this area for probably I don't know, 25, 30 years, and I can remember going in the Chandlers. In fact, we bought some rope from the Chandlers when we were doing our front garden when we moved here. So it's got to be less than 20 years ago. So this is the big town centre Asda that was built as a redevelopment, and the roundabout and Affinity is just at the other side of there. It's all linked together. And on this side of the road, we made a visit on a cold, gloomy day during lockdown. I think it was just after Christmas. We made a visit to what's now known as Hernshaw's shop. Originally the old backer shop, and it was opened in 1898 when this was still called West Street before it had its name changed to Lord Street. It's a really long high street in Fleetwood. There's all kinds of different shops. Wedding dresses, look. You want a wedding dress? Pretty that. This used to be pound stretchers. I didn't know Heron had taken it over. I think I must have been living under a bush. So this is Hernshaw's on the left. It's shut again. I said I'd come back one day when it's open, but it's still closed. And the painting above it, the original painting was restored in 2016. Repainted in 2016. And this is a sort of a second-hand antiques curio shop, and they've got all kinds of stuff in. Look at that typewriter. Wow. I learnt to type on a typewriter like that. It's a really interesting shop, actually. And one day I will look when it's open. So that's been various different things over the years. You can see that this is a phone shop now, but it used to be a furniture shop. And originally Hernshaw's was the tobacco shop, then it was Besford's tobacconists, then it was Hernshaw's tobacconists, and then the furniture shop at the right hand side took it over and started selling electrical products. And this is the other end of the town centre, near to the roundabout on the A585 as you're coming into town. And for a long time after I first started coming to Fleetwood, I just got so lost because it sort of doubles back on itself. It's a peninsula of land, so it kind of comes back on itself and meets in the middle, as it were. And this is Fisherman's Walk. There's a tram there at the stop. I'm filming this on a Monday, and the market's not on a Monday, so there are a few stores that are possibly closed that might not be otherwise. So if I walk to this roundabout, you'll see that Affinity is on the left, and that's Memorial Park just in front of us down there. And you see the gates just at the right hand side of the clock. Just zoom in and show you. That's Memorial Park, which is a lovely park. And on the left, round a corner, under a bush, is Affinity. So I hope you've enjoyed that little walking tour of Lord Street in Fleetwood. It's a much warmer day and much better weather than the last time we made this journey. So that's Affinity. You can just see the backs of the buildings there, the beige and bluey ones in the distance, and you can just see McDonald's as well. Oh, I'm getting hungry, it's lunchtime down there. Hope you've enjoyed that little walking tour of Fleetwood Town Centre. If you've enjoyed it, give this video a like. Don't forget to make sure that you've hit the bell for subscriptions, and don't forget to sign up for the Visit FYLDE Coast weekly news as well. The link's in the description below, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.